Since the rabid is horrendously smug towards his violations of the rights of the accused, it's always been wearing and pointless to try to find some consistency to his wasteland of laws. But a certain sneaky kind of logic pervades in their code from time to time, and especially back in the days when Midori Goto was getting her kicks, inciting torture by saying, well, allowing a man to make love isn't rape, but it would mean so much to McCartney if you say you felt violated. So she could wreak havoc in Pittsburgh and run off with men who kidnapped and tortured me as a child and make it out to be something other than Japanese revenge. This logic would state something like, well, according to the script, Lenin got his comeuppance for being a drug lord and a human trafficker. So, by the same justice, Reagan has decided to hold me to credibility based on my willingness to admit smoking marijuana when I was 10 years old, and Karsh gave it to me before the attacks. And I'm a traitor to my generation by not fessing up. And so the druggies have the right to be incited, and this plays into the loop about Midori Goto. The truth is very different from that. But I'll address the logic of what they're saying, because truth doesn't really figure when it comes to the rabbit. What happened was I was a shy goody two-shoes who exhibited intelligence. And I was up against a lead psychiatrist capable of hypnosis from Attica State Prison, and his friends in the British rock industry who had a council that concocted neuroobedience. This is what they call voluntary drug use, neuroobedience from brutal pounding, brutal torture. And they call me a traitor to my generation. It's pathetic. A deaf child has what's known as peculiar dependencies in the psychology of deafness. You don't have anywhere to find any friends. And you get very, very lonely. So you habituate where you're welcome. I was in a state of comatose trauma and deaf, trying to find friends in a public school. I was very poor, and a couple of obnoxious Jewish kids said, "We'll take him as a an orphan dog to kick around." And it was neuroobedient traumatic behavior. And it's oppressive and evil to say it was anything else. But the rabbit will say anything. You have to see the rabbit as a slippery lisper, a lizard that's constantly changing its color and skin. It's like the rabbit is like a shape-shifting chameleon of laws. That's what King Crimson are. There's nothing anybody can do. But because the pernicious sniveling that comes from their cadres has various fallback positions, I thought I'd address one of their fallback positions, which is this business about generational consistency.